Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, also the entire crypto market. So we have been awaiting for price action to formulate within this market for a while now, and for the last roughly month and a half, a little over a month and a half realistically speaking, we have seen a nice bounce in the market. Now we're going to be talking about this, and we're going to be addressing on if this is it. Is this the wave 5 beginning? Because if this is it, I hope that you've all prepared accordingly. So let's take a look at a few things. Let's take a look at the overall price movement in this market. We are sitting at a $1.10 trillion market. We are seeing altcoins going a little bit crazy on the 24-hour, but on the 7-day is where you do see a lot more gains with double-digit plus figures. And there's a lot of altcoins out there that are doing, 50% to 100% plus movements. And in the last 2 months alone, we have seen some altcoins hitting multiple X returns, which is absolutely insane. So let's take a look at a few things and let's address the wave 5. So we have talked about this possible wave 5 scenario for a while on this channel. In fact, I actually did not bet against this. I told you guys that I'm prepared either way. Whatever the market wants to do, I'm prepared for it either way. I told you guys that I am like 60-40. Now I'm about 70-30, meaning I have 70% positions, 30% stable coins on the sidelines. And I'm still in that. I'm still, preparing accordingly for anything that could happen, because I'm going to also show you guys the other scenario that we could be playing into. So first off, shout out to Credible Crypto. He was the first one to really kind of bring up this wave 5 Elliott wave theory, and it addresses things that are happening around the market. This got posted back in September of last year. This has been a scenario that we've been following for a while, as I mentioned, and this goes all the way back to 2019. And you can see the impulse of wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and this would be our wave 5 with a possible $100,000 plus Bitcoin target. Now, with this, what is the big sign that we are in the wave 5? Well, ultimately, you would be betting, and it's an idea that you also risk a lot too if you think that this is going to be the wave 5, because on Bitcoin we still have a lot of work to do. Right now I'm concerned on the 5-day that we are breaking out of resistance, but is this again a 5-day close yet? No, meaning we could still have a candle wick above resistance, and we could still have a scenario where we crash again. I'm not saying that we are going to, but I'm just saying we could still have something like this. So what we need to do, and I actually outlined my Bitcoin movements on in the Discord as well as on the Patreon. I talked about a possible scenario where we do get this retest of this nice area down here, which we ended up getting a slight retest above it, but hey, I'm totally fine with that. We ended up having a little bit of support gained here. We'll see if that does hold, if we do ever see that level hit again. But on the 3-day span, you can see why a lot of these targets were in my mind on getting that nice retest down here. But hey, it looks like we completely avoided that low. We might see it get filled at some point in time, but nonetheless, I was expecting after we get these lows, retest it, that we get a nice breakout to the 30K plus area. Now up here is where you want to kind of de-risk yourself if you are in nice profit, because up here is where you could have either one, we blow past all of these targets back here, we regain a strong area of support from the summer of 2021, and we continue to go higher and break out of the all-time highs. Or we get something like a corrective phase where we come back down and we possibly retest somewhere within a nice demand area, or possibly even retest a resistance zone to flip it into support, meaning the area that we're basically at right now, aka 24.5K. But a big sign that we do go to 30K would be us clearing the 25K region and flipping it into support. So we still need to watch closely here, because although this price action has been extremely exciting, we also have to be cautious about this move. Now, XRP, because I know that you guys don't care about Bitcoin. If we are in the wave 5, I hope everyone out there that has been hating on XRP and saying XRP does nothing but go down in price, I hope all of you have a nice bag of XRP, because first off, we have been trailing downward and sideways for a very long time. It's been about 675 days since we broke out in April of 2021. And not only that, but it has also been, since we made a new all-time high, 1,871 days. The pressure cooker is on, and now we are just waiting for it to blow. The craziest thing about this, though, is that we have been in this massive long-term period of us trying to have a breakout, and we continue to fail and fail and fail. But what happens when we succeed? What happens when we do get that breakout? It's going to be a monumental moment. What I've been eyeing on XRP is us actually breaking out of that 55.5-cent zone. And when we do that, we reclaim the summer lows of 2021. And if we could flip that into support, we will continue to go higher, and we could possibly break out of that $2 range and target much higher. If we are in the wave 5, I do think that people are going to be surprised with what XRP does. Remember, we still have the possible scenario of the case being completely finished this year. If that is the idea, then hey, I hope that you guys are prepared for fireworks. But also, outside of what Ripple is doing with the SEC, right? Let's take a look at XRP, because XRP, outside of what Ripple is doing, is also doing some incredible things within the XRP ecosystem. Meaning, yeah, price action might be stifled. People might not be buying XRP because of the lawsuit. I still think that we're going to see a big move on XRP. But we need to get a nice breakout. One, I would love for us to break out of the 55-day EMA. That is 43 cents right now. We have not trailed above it strong since going all the way back to August of 2021. And back here, we failed that breakout yet again. So what I'm looking at is a clean break for XRP. If we are in the wave 5 scenario, we will get that breakout. But right now, I think a lot of people are just concerned. They are cautious right now. So we need to watch price action form, and we need to make sure that we are still cautious on the sidelines. But I'm saying right now, if we can get a clean break, this is going to be very exciting. I personally want to see that 55.5-cent zone being broken, because that will reclaim all EMAs. The last time that we seen this was back in January of 2021, and you've seen what happened back there. So if we could do that, I do believe that we could target new all-time highs for the first time in over 1,800 days. And yes, I do have those high targets of $8 to $13, almost $14. But you guys know me, I'm betting big on $10+ dollars. I'm not saying that I'm not taking profit beforehand, because I'll definitely get my initial investments out and I'll definitely profit a little bit, but I'm waiting for $10 to be targeted for XRP. And another scenario that I would love to give you guys real quick is on the total crypto market cap. So the craziest thing about this is that although we are seeing this breakout, if we are in the wave 5, then yes, we will continue to go higher. But what if we still follow that 4-year cycle? Now, I'm not betting big on the 4-year cycle, because I do think that markets mature. I think that markets change, and I think that things can be different. A lot of people will bet big on the 4-year cycle, and that's totally fine. That's understandable. But what if, right? What if the wave 5 isn't the thing that works out? What if we do follow the 4-year cycle? Well, okay, well then we'll be looking at something like this. And what if this is the worst case scenario? So here is 2017, 2018, and this is the bear market of 2019. Roughly 465 days. We just hit 465 days on this candle right here, on this major move in the market, this candle right here. Now, we started to break out earlier. We started to break out back in, well, November was where we kind of bottomed out with the FTX situation. And then we kind of had some nice sideways movement, just kind of accumulation. And then we had that breakout. Now, very similar to 2019, right? We had that bottom back in December. So a month later. And then we had a big breakout to the upside. So we just kind of trailed sideways here. Then we got a squeeze on the EMAs on the 5-day. And then we had that breakout. We tested even higher, got the breakout above the 200. And then we just continued to trail higher and higher. And then we seen a pullback into the Black Swan event, aka COVID. So this took fully from the time that we bottomed to the time that we ended up getting that breakout event above all EMAs and we got that squeeze. It took 90 days. Just to give you guys a quick insight, from the bottom to the breakout, 90 days. What's our 90 days? Well, off of the bottom to the 90-day, we just squeezed between EMAs and we got a breakout. So now what we need to do is target the next area, which would be $1.14.5 trillion for the crypto market cap. And once we do break that, then I do think that we're going to see a significant move. Now, I do have a bars graph from the March of 2020 timeframe. You guys know me, I don't like to utilize bars graphs to predict 100% market moves or anything like that. I'm just giving you guys a scenario on if this is the wave, or if this is the 4-year cycle outside of the wave 5, then what we will be seeing is a nice move. We'll trail, we'll hit resistance, which the crazy thing about this area here is that this is right around that local resistance area before we hit the all-time highs, and then we would have a significant drop in the market down to about $1.122 trillion. So we would almost hit $3 trillion. Everybody will say new all-time highs are about to be hit, for Bitcoin, and crypto's about to go parabolic, and then all of a sudden we would have that fake out crash. Everyone will say, all right, it's going to zero, we're getting out, and then all of a sudden we'd have that bounce back. Now, it's not going to move exactly like we've seen back here, but this would be a perfect scenario of we get that nice increase, we get a pullback, a fake out crash, and then we continue higher. And what I would be personally looking at is either a back test of resistance here. So something like, let me get rid of the bars graph here. So something very similar to this price move like this. So we would have a nice breakout event. If we get it, we would come up, have that fake out above local resistance. Maybe even, we don't even need to go all the way to like $2.62 trillion. We could hit like anywhere between this zone up here, which would be perfect in my opinion. And then what we would have is we would have that pullback, we'd have that pullback back down to resistance, flip it into support, and then have that continuation higher. And then we would have like a slight pullbacks within it to back test that resistance of support. But what I shared here, the craziest thing is that if we do follow the 4-year cycle run, if this is the case, then we would be seeing a topping point somewhere within the fall time of 2025, very similar to previous bull runs, if we follow the 4-year cycle. But if you don't follow the 4-year cycle, then yes, we would be topping out somewhere within the summertime of this year. And a lot of people don't think that this is possible because they're like, well, where's the money going to come from? We're like, who's going to pump this? Well, look at the market right now. Look at how high the market is going right now. Now, I'm not saying 100% that the bottom's in. I'm not saying anything like that. What I have done is I've positioned myself for either scenario. And the 70% that I'm in terms of positions is money that I can afford to lose. I've always shared my ideas on this. I don't think that you should over leverage yourself at all, but I will say this. I'm watching XRP closely because I do think that XRP has the potential to shock a lot of people if we are in the wave 5 or even if we're going into the 4-year cycle. I really do think that XRP is going to surprise a lot of people. I think that a lot of people have wrote XRP off for so long that they've just kind of given up on it because it's been so long since an all-time high has been hit. But we know that the longer the consolidation, the higher the price move. Meaning Yeah, a lot of people don't think that this area up here can be targeted around $8 to like $14 or so, but I do think that this could be the next target point. And remember that XRP was the #2 largest token in 2017 for a little bit of time. And if we are talking about some significant heights for the entire market, right? Altcoins like XRP, if they do achieve a #2 spot or even a #1 spot, if we get there, I don't think that we get to the #1 spot, but if we get anywhere between the top 3, then XRP could have a market cap within the $1 to $2 trillion area. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for saying that, but if we are targeting anywhere between $10 to $15 trillion for the overall market cap of crypto, which I don't think is too crazy considering the fact that we added $1 trillion in one singular quarter in our previous run-up in 2021, then altcoins are going to be significantly higher, meaning that that $10 price range for XRP could be easily hit. And for those out there that are asking me, like, why am I bullish? Go look at mainstream media. Mainstream media has been so bearish the last couple months, and it hasn't just been, January and December. Like, this is December. Jim Cramer urges investors to exit crypto. It's never too late to sell. Then going all the way back to January, just recently, charts suggest investors should ignore crypto cheerleaders and stick with gold. Again, going back to January, stay away from crypto. All the way back in just the beginning of this month, I would not touch crypto in a million years. Blast dangerous $4.3 billion bailout of crypto bank. Then if you go back 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago, like, look at everything around like the FTX situation, and you got to remember that, this is just in the last couple weeks. Go back to August. I could even go back to the second page here. Like, I've been looking through all of these pages like 19 minutes ago. Like, it's insane that, we're starting to see so much from the mainstream media. And there's been a lot of this. You could even go back to August. There's been a ton of bearish news ever since August. The Fed, what's the Fed going to do? The Fed is hawkish, this, that, whatever. And also, remember that we're starting to see a ton of bearish news around crypto with stablecoins being targeted now, and everyone thinks that this is going to be the next Black Swan event. I think everyone is so bearish. I think everyone's bearish on the macro for the entire economy, which is, again, I understand completely. But I think that this is a great narrative to push the market even higher. I think that this is a great opportunity as well, because listen, I've always said it on this channel, and it's a long-term quote that has always stuck with me. Scared money has never made anyone money. I am betting big against the herd because everyone thinks the worst is about to happen. I'm 70-30. Told you guys, 70-30. Because if we have the wave 5, then we win big. And even if we have the 4-year cycle, we still will win big. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this before. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.